it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. And today I thought we could do a lovely reading on why people are grateful to have you in their life, what people appreciate about you in honor of the Thanksgiving holiday that is coming up here in America. So I've got 3 piles, pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3. Of course, you can be drawn into more than one stack, and I will see you at your reading. Oh, wow. Okay, so pile number 1. Why are people so appreciative of you? So, people are really, really appreciative of you, pile number 1. I really think that you make the difference here in people's lives. You're seen as such a light. I think that you just have a very pleasant personality to be around. Like, you really do live your life from the heart space. You have a sense of confidence, and your conversation, people really, really love and appreciate your conversation. I think it can be very elevated yet casual and also playful here at the same time. And yeah, people, you really make the difference for people. For those of you who are a parent or you work with children, I feel like the children in your life are really appreciative of you because they do see you as somebody that is strong, but again, like playful and warm, and somebody that they can look up to. And you really do highlight certain issues. If there's disagreements, you do a really good job of stopping whatever that is. But like the children in your life are very appreciative of you if you have them. And for those, but regular people though, I feel like you really are seen as like maybe a wish fulfillment, but like an answer to people's prayers, like something that you potentially say in conversation, whether you're meaning to or not, because some of you may have some kind of job or position where you are seen as some kind of an authority and or a decision maker of some kind, but you really do shine a light here. Or you can help people through conversation, even if you don't have like the answer or something. It's like you can help people make decisions. You can help people talk something through or think something through. And you really are seen as just like a gift from God. And I think there's several people in your life and in your community. Potentially these are siblings or, they're just around you. And they just feel like they were really isolated and really alone before they found you. And they potentially felt really disconnected from like a confident space or like their heart space. And you help to reignite them here to that space, either just because you're so connected with your own and you're just living and breathing from your own, or at least that's how it comes across to other people. Not that you don't have a dark day or that, I think you get what I'm saying. Like, you really inspire people to be happy and to be maybe playful, because there's a lot of childlike energy coming across, but it's not childish or immature. It's just, reminiscent of like childhood fun. And I think that you have offered these people something tangible with the Ace of Pentacles or some kind of new beginning. I think you've helped people make decisions. And I don't know if you meant to do this because I don't think you're like, oh, go this way or go that way or do this. I think that you're just really good at having some kind of a conversation, and you're seen as somebody who's really, really good and very capable at making decisions, at the very least in a certain sphere of life, but I think for a lot of you overall. And I do think a lot of people feel very romantically inclined towards you here as well, but it's just interesting that it's like you're showing up as Leo, and we've got the Fool energy here, which is like Aquarius. So again, like there could be a leadership quality, but also I think that you help people be in this energy of the Fool, of maybe trusting their intuition or having some kind of like a new beginning, but also where people potentially feel like they're a newbie at something, or that they're foolish and they don't know what to look out for. You assist them here in this space, and it feels almost like magic. I'm hearing the word windfall, like you get something moving. You help to move something here. And I think there's a lot of people who would like to gift you things, and maybe they're having some like, this is striking me as like financial stuff, like they have some financial decisions to make, but there's a lot of people who would like to actually give you a gift or give you something, some kind of token of their appreciation. They really want to, but they feel like maybe they could never repay you, or that whatever they have might be small or something. But there's a lot of people who just admire you. They have like a lot of love for you, and it's because you initiate this transformative space, but it's not scary when it comes for you, or you make people feel happy and like that they can feel like not scared of something here. And I think I'm watching somebody kind of block off dangerous ways for people, and this could be of the mind, again, like with pitfalls, or again with like a child where it's like, don't touch that or don't do this, and you're just seen as somebody very intuitive, very within your own energy, very unbothered, very skillful. I'm picturing like high priestess energy that is coming through, like you're very much on your throne, but a lot of people think that maybe you don't even see how great or wonderful you are. And for some of you could illuminate some secret information, and this, like, take this on scale, because like, I don't know, say that you're like a physician. Well, they might be having a problem and they don't know what it is. It's like hidden or secretive, but you illuminate what that is. And then therefore it feels like magic, but to you, it's like your skill, or it's just something, I don't know, that you feel like a leader in. So take that kind of on scale here. And I think you might be a bit mysterious here as well. And there might be, or just like kind of blocked off. I don't know. I think that you maintain some kind of regality or dignity. And I think there's appreciation here for this. Why would there be? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So you could provide like a very safe perimeter, where, and again, this is coming through with children, or maybe just childish like gossip or childish conversation. You really hold a very good tone. There's kind of like a don't mess with me attitude, but it's in your energy. It's almost like something doesn't really need to be said. People are expected to bring a certain level of conversation around you. And I think this makes a lot of people, like a lot of people's inner child, feel safe and like kind of calms down here around you. And then also like broken mirrors. This is like, I got this as a new deck. I wasn't entirely sure this is going to work for this reading, but we're going with it. So yeah, addictions, roller coaster, toxic connection. So for some of you, you kind of, maybe you're a shining example of this, especially to children that are around you. Like if you've ever worried about whether or not you are giving a good example to your kids, or like you're demonstrating how to break like kind of toxic patterns, even if you've struggled with this in the past, it's like watching you kind of like go through things. No, like I just think that you're an advocate for healthy conversation and healthy social interactions. And then let me just try to, I keep my nails really short. I'm sorry. Red flags, signs, cheating, and deception. But so it could be that you illuminate red flags kind of in a social area. But again, I think that you help people see pitfalls or red flags that potentially they missed. And people want to be able to offer you something. Like there's so many people who like love you and just want to be able to be in your energy and be in your crew, be in your group, be just around you. People really like to be around your energy and around your light, pile number one. Yeah. And what they wish you knew is that some of these people may feel like they mess something up here with you. Because, and if this is the case, I feel like you could have illuminated somebody else's immaturity. Like through all these really amazing things that I was just saying, like you hold yourself in a dignified manner, you expect people to have like kind of elevated conversations around you, to bring a certain level of energy, even though you can be fun and you can be playful, like we still need to be like respectful of the space. So for some of these people, even though it was a hard lesson, they're still appreciative and they want you to know that they are, they realize that they knocked something over here and that they are actually grieving. You brought their attention here to something. And these people still want to offer you something here, and they're hopeful for a new beginning. I do think that you have a lot of people here who are potentially interested in you romantically as well, if that's not something that you're aware of, because you potentially could be a busy person. And again, like, or you're focused on maybe, again, I feel like your relationships are important, like conversations, your community, your children, all of that. And I do think that there's people here who really would like to figure out a way to step to you, and you're really intimidating. So like to your love romance situations, I think you're first of all very attractive. Like people really like your hair, they like your eyes, they like that you have this kind of no nonsense attitude, but you don't come off scary, but then you're also very playful. Like, yeah, like you just got it going on here, pile number one. And yeah, a lot of people want to connect with you. Let me just get some messages. So this is probably going to be romantic, but I don't know. We're just going to see like what wants to come through here. So what messages do people have here for pile number one? I love you so much, but I keep running from you. I don't understand why I do this. So especially I'm kind of getting like, if this isn't a career thing where you're illuminating things and you're having conversations and you're helping people make decisions and things, it's like they know that you're giving good advice and they just kind of keep running away from it. They don't know why they do this. Look, I'm learning a spiritual lesson. I really feel like you provide some kind of guidance, but also potentially you're a sheltering tree for some people as well. I'm so in love with you. You are so perfect to me. Yeah, there's a lot of love here for your energy and a lot of respect and admiration here too. Okay, for some of you, this is specific, but I'm hearing that you helped somebody have a conversation with their parent. Like, figure out how to put something into words or like honor their side. Maybe potentially something here about a sibling or something, but you assisted somebody here or their boss or something. I know that we are spiritually connected. Yeah, people feel a strong sense of connection to you. And I think it's people, like I said, you channel some kind of spiritual energy in whatever it is that you do. And I'm not saying that you're a psychic medium or anything, but people feel connected to the divine, to some kind of higher guidance whenever they're connecting with you. I do love you. I just don't know how to show you right now. A lot of people want to come in and show you their love, whether it's like the watery type of love of offering you like their praise or their admiration or thank you so much or just like connecting with you. But I think some people want to offer like something tangible in order to express their love and their appreciation. People could like your mouth. They like that you're secretive here about something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Anything else? There's a lot of I think there's a lot of people who are physically attracted to you or like, yeah, your hair, or for some of you, I don't know, there could be something here about a child and taking care of a child's appearance or helping them save face in an embarrassing situation or making sure their hair always is done or looks nice, especially if that might be difficult for whatever reason, like if a child has an issue with a hair problem or like something to do with their hands to where they can't do their hair or something. Yeah, I'm getting that some of you have done hair for somebody. I don't know. Take that as it resonates. Yeah, your hands, something to do with your hands. I'm afraid for getting too serious. I was hurt before. But I think you help people overcome hurt in this situation. So we'll do who is specifically thinking of pile number 1, and then we'll move on to pile number 2. Definitely a lot of people think about you, pile number 1. A lot of people. Okay, who is thinking about pile number 1 and grateful for them? A Sagittarius could be somebody who is elevated in spirit. Maybe even somebody that you had a tiff with here in the past. Could be somebody from a different place than where you live. Somebody who is, I always think of like being very educated or well-traveled or well-cultured here. Who else is thinking about pile number 1? We have Venus at the bottom of the deck. Love interests or people who are attracted to you. I think there's a lot of people who try to get your attention though, and they want you to be attracted to them. Look, sun energy, a lot of fire energy. Somebody here who is strong and stable, possibly in their career or in their position. Again, a lot of people are trying to pull in your energy and attention. Yeah, somebody here with a lot of emotions, potentially watching you on a psychic level. But yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people around you that are grateful for you, pile number 1. I really do just think that you potentially are very different. Like you break the mold here for people. You're very Aquarian. Even though like you're a strong leadership type, you have Aquarian values, and it really is seen and felt in the way that you express yourself and how you hold yourself and the kind of umbrella that I think that you provide here for a lot of people. So this is like really, really beautiful. And I think that you potentially let people go or help people let go of things that they've been holding on to. And there's like a very mothering energy to whatever this is. So even if you are a leader, it's like you're a soft leader, you're an Aquarian. There's room for different kinds of people and different perspectives, and like you just really hold a container. And even with your children, it's like or children that you may look after or around a lot, that's how they feel too. It's like you brought in their mind, and they feel like they can show different sides to themselves and that you really help everybody kind of find their place. This is a beautiful energy, pile number 1. I'm so glad you guys watch my channel, and I hope this made you feel really good about yourselves. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 2. Why do people love you? Why are people grateful for you? Okay, so you are 100% yourself. Pile number 2, like 100%. You know exactly who you are, and you give zero fucks in the best way if you break the mold or if you make people feel uncomfortable, or anything like that. I feel like a lot of you probably have what I like to call like a dark goddess kind of an energy where you're really connected with your power. You're not afraid of the dark. You have this energy of like you could stare death in the face and like death would quiver. You know what I'm saying? Like death would be like, oh, come back a different day. So I think that you're incredibly strong and people just feel like you definitely withstand a lot of pressure, especially like peer pressure. But I think a lot of you potentially I am hearing abusive relationships. So it's like maybe some of you have been in like some abusive relationships. You really had to fight for your own freedom, for your own space in the world. It's like, yes, for your own freedom, but just the right for you to be you and to express the views that you have. And people really admire this because people connect with this as well, but you're seen as a leader in this way. I'm seeing like, you're a light on the hill. Anurata. Yeah. So it is like, I think you've probably been through a lot, pile 2, but potentially that is like, I just heard nobody's business. It's nobody's business, or it's like it's secretive, and it does give you kind of an elevated perspective, but you're not like shoving. This is like somebody who is unique and interesting and not afraid to be themselves, but it's not like you're shoving it down people's throats because it's like you have this unhealthy attachment to it. Do you know what I mean? So people do find a lot of comfort in your energy, and I feel like maybe sometimes you even feel drained because I'm kind of picturing you're like in the river Styx, which is like in Greek mythology, it's like the river that goes kind of to the underworld. You are like this shining life raft. Like, yes, you went through some kind of like difficult experiences and you got put on that river, but you are like the life raft, and a lot of people see that like you know how to navigate it and you know what it is that you're doing. So I think a lot of people can just want to like leech on to your energy because they just find you to be light in the darkness, a comfort in the storm. And you're also a truth teller. Like, again, to like a half truth plus half truth equal a lie. I mean, yeah, like you tell the truth even if it's hard. I'm hearing like speak the truth even if your voice shakes, but I feel like your voice doesn't shake. Like even if you feel that way on the inside, it's like your voice doesn't shake, where a lot of people would be scared to express their true self. A lot of people would be scared to express what makes them different, and you're not. So people really latch on to that about you. And I feel like you gift people things that they weren't expecting. That could be a literal trait, but it's like whenever people are around you, it could be like not even something that you said directly, but it could even be something about your space. A lot of you have really interesting things around your home or like in your hair. I just heard interesting. Okay. Like, yeah, and then I'm hearing from Mean Girls, he's like, that's why her hair's so big. It's full of secrets. So, yeah, it's like whenever people are around you, it's like just an aura. They always walk away with something that they weren't expecting, or you always give somebody something to think about. People can be quite surprised whenever they meet you too, because they were just not expecting to meet somebody like you. And you're the shock awake. I'm hearing like you're the pleasant shock. This is very pleasant. Even if it is jarring at first, it's like you're the pleasant shock that people needed in order to like really become awake or something like that. And I think that you connect with people in a place where a lot of people just want to call them sneaky or just want to call them something bad like in society, but you see that it's like they just have a different perspective, or it's like their truth or something like that. So yeah, these people, I think for some people you represent like the healthy version of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you inspire people to be better, but not necessarily in the way that everybody expects them to be better. And people do see you as high value, like a high value partner or something. They can find you incredibly like physically attractive. I am getting kind of the energy of like a bombshell energy, or what's the word? Like femme fatale. Kind of a femme fatale energy. But again, that's that dark goddess energy where you could heal through your sexuality. You could like to do weird or interesting or different things in the bedroom. You could be the type of sexual partner that really awakens people to their freak flag, first of all. Or you're very accepting of things like in the bedroom as well. And I also feel like there's something about your stare, your eyes for some of you, like the way that you do your makeup or the way that you don't do your makeup if you're expected to do it. But it really brings like an intensity, or it like really draws people in. And also people like to make plans with you, or maybe they find you to be like really accommodating here in terms of planning. They like to conversate, right? They like to text you, they like to call you on the phone, they like to meet up with you. People like to make plans with you, even though you're like kind of, this just holds true for me. Like, I don't know, like my goth friends or like people that like wear all black or something, they are always the sweetest people. Why are they always this on the inside? Like, sometimes I think, and forgive my ignorance if this is just like not, this has just been my experience. It's like, to me, I think these are some of the most beautiful, like sweet people. And they like to dress in a way that doesn't give that impression because too many people have taken advantage of them or would take advantage of them. And it's a way that they connect with their power in a sense. I don't know, but it could be that where it's like, maybe you're like very different on the inside than people like think that you would be, but it's very sweet, or like it's, yeah, you're a very sweet person. And like, this is you with the Nine of Cups. Like, you feel like you've triumphed in something. You are a wish fulfillment for people, especially during certain times of their life, especially when, and it has to do with like a transition or when they've been outcasted or ousted from a group or something. People think of you. Like, even if you don't meet these people at that certain time, whenever they feel like they're different or they're not enough, they think of you. People think of you as, and you become, your energy almost becomes like a life raft to help assist people. You're a death doula. Like, I just feel like your energy is a death doula, like regardless of whether you do that, in the physical or not. And you come across as so, again, like powerful and unshakable, and like, yeah, like maybe you do have your secrets. I think a lot of you are seen as healers, or your energy just does guide, assist, and heal. And I think you're a person too where it's like there's always more to discover about you. There's always more surprises. There's always more like in the closet. And again, I'm just getting that a lot of you have some knickknacks too. Like there's always more in that closet. I'm picturing one of those, like, I can't remember which movie this was, but it was like, maybe it was Fantastic Beasts, like that little Mary Poppins bag that he pops open, and it's like, there's like an elephant here and a giraffe there. Like, people are like, some of you carry interesting things in your purse too, that's very appreciated. You may have like helped people out, assisted people on a number of occasions, but there's just such a sense of love. And I really am connecting with this, the image of like Shiva, and Parvati. And you might play around with your appearance as well, where it's like, I think sometimes maybe you wear like bubblegum pink stuff, but then sometimes it's like very dark goddess, or like, I don't know, you could play around with your image, because I'm getting like the image of like Parvati, but like also Kali and Shiva. And there's that beautiful Parvati quote where she says, it is really not a testament to how strongly you love if you love only the things that are perfect. And so she set out to love things that are of defect. And I think you love things that are of defect. And again, I'm getting the knickknacks. Like, you also might be, like, I'm hearing one person's trash is another person's treasure. And this has to do with people too. Because I feel like when people feel discarded or like trash or like not worthy, again, like you remind them of their value and who they are. And I think sometimes you do this in a surprising way by revealing another like beautiful shiny scale that you have like beneath the apparatus of you. But I think this might be literal too. Some of you, it's like you could potentially go to like garage sales or flea markets, and you see the potential in something. You see how it can be transformed or transmuted, and like what is seen as a defect by others is not seen as a defect by you. You see it as a strength, you see it as a beauty, you see it as a truth, maybe an uncomfortable truth. And also, you're not afraid to push the boundaries. And I feel like that's potentially in conversation. You're not afraid to like throw the hot potato in the mix, not in a way that is like rude. And I think it does shake things up, but I don't think you're trying to shake things up. I think that you are just wanting to, you're just bringing yourself to the conversation is what it feels like. And sometimes that can be disruptive, but I think you're also kind of okay with that. You strike me as a person who maybe is a fellow chaos witch, to be honest, where like you have dealt with a lot of chaos in your life and you have found your focal point, in the middle of it, and you just show people that that's a possibility, that they don't have to bend to the wheel of chaos, or that chaos is not something that they should necessarily fear, but like to every chaos there is an order. And I think this is primarily internal here as well. Some of you are incredibly psychologically gifted. I think there's also an intelligence here as well, and potentially something with your hair. You could do something interesting or unique with your hair that is potentially boundary pushing, or maybe people think, you shouldn't do that. Like if you're a woman and like you completely shave your head, or like, I don't know, like there could be something here like that. And you could just come across as so strong, pile number 2. Even if I'm hearing, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. Yeah, so people just, and they just think that you are unstoppable and that you're incredibly strong. And I feel like you really inspire a lot of people, but you don't inspire people to do like the regular thing and to achieve success by the regular way. You inspire people to connect with their uniqueness and to bring out what is on the inside, and to be fearless in that. And not not in a defensive way. But yeah, this is like really honestly beautiful energy. And I think a lot of you are seen maybe as energetic masters. Like you could really work with energy or have a mastery of your own energy. And yeah, like you have that kind of like almost like a very practiced master, like kind of masterful energy, when maybe society wants to call you something else. Or and then also there is I think you speak truth to power is what I'm hearing as well. Like this King of Swords person could be very intelligent or like maybe difficult to stand up to or something, but you're just like, nuh-uh. Like you're just sitting there, you don't even have a sword, and you're like, nuh-uh, And also, I think some of you have turned people down sexually that, I don't know, it's like made a mark on them. Like you could have wounded their pride, but it, I don't know, it helped them in some way. I feel like you could have dealt with like misogynists, or if it's flipped for you, like, I don't know, people who just thought that like they could have whatever they wanted or that they were trying to trick you. And I think some of you were just like, no, thank you. What's this down here? Yeah, you just, you illuminate things here, like karmic knots and things that keep people bound, and you just break the molds. So let me just get here some messages. Now these might be love messages, but just take it how it resonates, and then we'll see who's thinking of you, and then we'll move on to pile number 3. So what messages do people have here for pile number 2 about their gratitude and appreciation? I feel like some of you left something mainstream in order to like go your own way as well too, or like the comfort of being provided for by working like a regular job or something like that to go your own way. And I think a lot of people would like to do that as well. I think you're also seen as like auspicious. People might get lucky when they're in your energy. That's so strange. Or if you give somebody something with the knickknacks, pile number 2. I feel like if you've gifted somebody something, I think you're an incredibly giving person. Like you just have heart for days. But yeah, and I think if you've gifted somebody something, it makes them lucky. Or just being in your energy, or having like, or you say, I don't know, it makes them lucky. You have like a luck that you kind of, I feel like people are like, I'm just picturing somebody like, can I rub your head for good luck real quick? Like before they leave, and you're like, this is disrespectful, but sure. I'm joking. Okay. What messages do people have here for pile number 2? I like this reading. Every time I've done this reading, I was like, I should do this more often. Okay, for pile and number 2. Look, I've never experienced this intense connection before. I'm telling you, there's somebody here you left out in the cold. I feels like sexually or romantically, and then they were like, oh my God, like it did something to them. I struggle with revealing my true feelings and emotions, but I love you more than I could think. This is somebody who struggles to reveal their true self and where they feel judged or something. Again, please don't hate me for ghosting you. You didn't deserve it. I remember how this is like the same person. I remember how we used to laugh and talk for hours about everything. I miss you. Somebody here really misses you, but they come off like they're very cold and like they made a decision, but this person is unsure of the decision that they made. Oh, look, they think that you're moving on with your life. Okay, look, this person, they think that you think that they're moving on with their life. In reality, this person's like, I sabotaged this connection and I regret it. I'm trying to be someone that you can trust. I need to own up to where I feel sure about this relationship. But again, there's something about you that's different and not afraid to be different. And you're certainly not going to try to stuff yourself into a shoe in order to make this person happy. And I think this person admires it and they respect it, and it actually draws them to you more than you could ever possibly know. And they need to accept this here in themselves. But I think this person may need to cut ties here with like maybe a King of Swords type person, or again, do what you did where they're like, be more like you, basically. This person can be in a karmic connection. They're moving on from past patterns. I get scared for being honest with you. You're so beautiful inside and out. You are the one and only. Somebody here is really thinking about you because you could have left them. I fell in love the moment I saw you. Yeah, you break the mold here for people. And I think sometimes this is like a really intense like love experience. And I don't know if you can hear Luna in the background just started like howling. So yeah, like you speak to somebody's inner child. I'm afraid of hurting you. I'm not the same person. Maybe somebody did hurt you and they think that if they try to come back that you're going to think that they hurt you, or that they're going to hurt you again, or that they're being strategic. And I think, to be honest, and I don't think I would need to tell you this because I sort of think this group's like intuitive and I just heard ballsy about it, like intuitive and ballsy about it. Like I just don't think you're anybody's fool, and I also don't think that you're anybody's doormat. And people love that about you too. People love the. It's a power that you have, but people love you standing in your power. People love it, and also I think people. I feel like it might be surprising to people, and this is coming across sexually, but you may introduce people could like to bend like that. Okay, how do I want to say this? It's like they only like certain things with you. It's like, okay, well, I don't usually sleep with girls, but like I want to sleep with you. Or like I don't usually do butt stuff, but like I want to do it with you. Or it's like they only like doing it with you. If that makes sense. Yeah. Because you like kind of break the mold here for people, or you introduce them to something that they like, but then if they try to do it with somebody else, then they don't like exactly like it so much. Yeah, there's something here like that. And I think like you really do break the mold here for people, where I think people can really fixate on your energy because you bring something entirely different to the table, and they just get, there's an intoxication with your energy that people have, a real intoxication. You just draw people in. You're incredibly alluring here, pile number 2. You're different, but alluring. Yeah. You're different, but alluring. And I think that you bring a lot of blessings into people's lives. Like people can get addicted to it. And I think, I just heard you're addicted to love. Yeah, so people can get addicted to you. Anyways, but I think you kind of already know that. Okay, so let's see who's thinking about you besides this person down here that frankly was hiding in plain sight, because I didn't even like hardly look at this card during the reading. So this person, it's funny because whoever this is, yeah, okay. They're really drawing a lot of attention here. They might be pulling on your energy. They could, they're mad about something, and this person has been watching you, and it's like they want to come in and potentially start a fight with you, but this person strikes me as somebody who wants to knock you off your pedestal here just to prove to themselves that you care about them. But you're just sitting there like, why don't you try saying that again? Like it's just not working with you. But somebody here wants to bring their truth, but I think this person hasn't brought the full truth to you in the past, and you are the type of person who would know if somebody was like not telling the full truth, because I think you can see this person's Aquarian side, and I think that this is a soul connection. I think that you see that you connect here on this. So you're just like, yeah, there's something here where this person is like, they're mad because they want to bring you their truth, but also they feel really anxious, and they have to like cut ties with something here that maybe provides for them or offers them a sense of security. And so they're like, I want to bring like the half the truth, and you're like, no. And then they're like, oh, but what about this half of the truth? And you're like, no. And then they were like, but I said a little bit over here and a little bit over there, and you're like, no. Like, yeah, this person's really kind of dominating the space and dominating the energy here. And they feel a sense of ownership over you. And I feel like this person has tried to play you, but they've played themselves. Yeah. Okay. And then you also, whatever. You have haters, but I feel like that's not a surprise to you. But these people, again, they don't like the way you speak. And these people are trying to outmaneuver you in some kind of wordsmith space. They want to debate you. You have people who want to debate or argue with you, but I just feel like you're like unbothered. Who else is thinking about pile number 2? There could be friends, like a lot of your friends. People like communicating with you. A lot of people think about reaching out to you consistently and like all the time. Yeah, people who are. This is interesting. So if this person has like a different partner, I feel like they're thinking about you, but like potentially trying to make you jealous, and they also weirdly might be attracted to you for some of you. That's just for some of you. But yeah, like a Venus dominant person or a Jupiterian dominant person is thinking about you. Somebody who is a Sagittarius. There could be a lot of people thinking about you. There's a lot of people thinking about you, pile number 2. I feel like you're the kind of person that like steady stays on people's minds. Like you really make an impression whenever people meet you, for better or for worse. So you could have a very polarizing effect on people's energy. But I think even people who, I don't know, are offended by you or something, it's like when they're down in the dumps or when they feel the way that you feel, because I think this might be a karmic lesson for a lot of people. When they start to feel that way, they think of you and they get some kind of inspiration or comfort by the example that you set in cutting your own path. This is a group that cuts your own path, and people are just grateful. They're really grateful. Or if there's like a difficult topic that needs to be brought up, like you bring it up, and they're grateful. I feel like you may raise issues that people think are important but don't want to say, and you do it, and you're comfortable doing it, even if you don't seem like you are. And a lot of people want to send you messages. A lot of people want to send you messages. Or gift you strange things. Or gift you strange things. Like, yeah. Yeah, people might, I think people find things and they're like, oh, pile number 2 would appreciate this strange thing. And so you may get strange things and you're like, why would someone give this to me? And it's because they think you like interesting things and they think they found an interesting thing. So if people ever give you interesting things, just know that it's like, I don't know, it's not like a slight or anything. If you're like, why would this person give me this weird thing? Like, it's a compliment. I feel like it's a compliment. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Okay, bye guys. Okay, so pile number 3, what do people love and appreciate about you? Okay, so I'm hearing you took your power back, or you know how to take your power back. And yeah, or I'm hearing like redistribute power here in a situation that is very sticky or very binding or very alluring, whether that's a romantic situation or if this is a work situation. Yeah, I feel like you have left some kind of a situation here where potentially there was, like, if this was a work situation, there could have been a lot of money, there could have been a lot of promises, or maybe like position or power that is involved here. And you were able to break free because something that was going on here, it's like it just wasn't worth it. Like, I think it might have cost you like your maturity or your dignity to kind of stay involved here in whatever this situation was, because yeah, there was like maybe a lot of mind games, a lot of childish energy, a lot of tit for tat, a lot of power games. And you either, like, you could have ended it, and then you got reborn here from the ashes. Or for some of you, maybe you got let go or something, but you rebirthed yourself and you came up stronger. And maybe you even are doing something more creative now, or that expresses more here of yourself, and you're displaying an entirely different set of values than whatever this was that you were embroiled in here from your past. And these people who are appreciative, or this person who's appreciative, sees you as offering some kind of wisdom, because they're clearly still trapped in whatever muck or maya this is, because there's a lot of mind games that are going on here in this situation to keep people stuck, or to make people feel disempowered and like they can't move forward, or yeah, just that they're fragile or something, and they feel pulled in two. And yeah, but they see you as trying to offer some kind of like wisdom or guidance, or that you are an example of how to transform yourself or how to break free from the ties that bind. And potentially you sent some kind of a message here that was like, okay, even though, and maybe it was like very, very like mature. I feel like it was mature. Where some energy that I think you were embroiled in, because this strikes me almost like it's a climate or some kind of a situation or something where just the energy of it was very childish. There was a lot of mind games, and there could have been a lot of like denial about what was going on, or if you tried to bring up whatever was going on, there was just like a lot of denial, or that's how these people kind of take it on board for themselves. I think you could have sent a message here, like, saying that you were going your own way, or saying that you were different from this situation, saying a hard truth here, saying something to make people see things in a different perspective. Or part of like the bind could have been, oh, well, it's going to hold things up. It's going to put us into a period of stagnation, even if that was like monetarily or something. You were like, no. And you just displayed an immense amount of strength, and people really admire you for it. There's also something here about timing that links in with a number of things, but I think it especially links in with communication. So you could be really good communicators, and it feels like you have had to, or like this has to do with like particularly weighty communication, things that might be difficult to talk about. You are really good with that kind of communication. People really do appreciate your delivery. It could be that you have a very nice pedantic kind of a style that's easy to follow. It's like potent, and you get your message across, and you say it with intent and with purpose, but you also say it with maturity and tending to the emotional space here as well. It also could be that, you know when to say one thing and then when to say the next thing. When someone's kind of getting it to the point where you can say the next thing and then the next thing. That's also a possibility. But I think there's something here about communicating something specific, and the timing of that being like a genuine, I'm hearing like the word lifesaver. It's a genuine like heads up, like an alert or a warning. And that ties in with your intellectual capability, because I do feel like there's a genuine respect and an admiration and an appreciation for your intellectual capability, and the timing of that, because it feels almost like you can rapidly kind of piece things together in order to see in the dark and really identify a pattern, or identify something that's hidden and could potentially be a pitfall or be dangerous. And you see it before other people see it. And so when and how you communicate it, it's a genuine heads up for people. And they really do appreciate it, because it means that they're not on the back foot or reacting, or like, and in that reactionary space, kind of approaching it from a place of like emotional scramble or emotional thinking. Instead, they get to pull back, and they get to, be very level-headed and actually come up with a strategy to potentially sidestep a potential disaster altogether, or just be more prepared or methodical for how they want to deal with it. And if this has to do with a social sphere at all, because I think for some of you this has to do with like processes and machinery and things like at your job. But if this has to do with something more social at all, where you're trying to illuminate something here about a person, then even if somebody's not ready to see it, or if they don't see it, or they don't necessarily believe you, right, because they haven't had the same experiences, or they don't have the same ability to kind of put things together, that's still appreciated, because either it's like you say something, and there could have been a situation here where you tried to kind of warn people about something and maybe you weren't listened to, so you did leave. Either you physically left, or you just emotionally checked out, or you divested, like monetarily or something. But regardless, it's like if you were trying to alert somebody about something and they just weren't ready to hear it, or they couldn't see what you could see, then it's like, I think slowly over time, they were able to see it. Like this person or this place really did show its true colors, like slowly over time. But this person was like more prepared for it. I think that's a validation here for some of you, that something here, like if you tried to blow the lid on like, look, somebody here is harmful, or a situation here is harmful, it really did play out exactly as you said it would, like slowly over time. And there could have been like there could have been some kind of like hidden situation to do with like stealing or other people's money or power games or sexuality. There could have been a hidden affair. There could have been some kind of mind games that somebody tried to deny or sweep under the rug. But I think it came out eventually. And yeah, people are realizing that you were right and you left at the right time, potentially to avoid a bunch of carnage or getting yourself embroiled in this. There's also a potential where even if, like, say it didn't come out slowly for somebody, you tried to warn someone and then all of a sudden whatever you tried to warn them about happened, or like this person suddenly sprung up on them and played a mind game, it still helped them because they had that heads up from you. So it wasn't like as shocking or jarring as it would have been if they had just no clue. It wasn't the same kind of like ambush energy that it would have been. Does that make sense? So even though it was still surprising to them, they had a little bit more context, and potentially they could follow your example for how to like navigate or get out of this situation here at hand. But there's a great respect for your intellectual capability and your ability, like your communication ability, all of that. I feel like you're a really heavy hitting kind of an energy. And even though like you're very smart and you can kind of piece these things together, you're still very Aquarian because you don't keep it to yourself. I feel like it would probably in some instances be more strategic for you to actually keep it to yourself. Because if you start to try to warn people about it, you risk somebody telling whoever it is that you're trying to make sure people are safe from, like you risk them like their retaliation or their ire, but you believe in people. You're very Aquarian and you genuinely care about people. So you just don't want to see people hurt, or you genuinely want to avoid some kind of a disaster or something. Yeah. It's giving whistleblower. It really is. Like in a very positive way. And I feel like you refuse, like you're very cooperative, and you refuse to get brought into competition. I think you're seen as formidable competition, but I think there could have been a situation here where it's like, I don't know, people get baited into this because they really want something, but they play the mind game. They play the mind game that is set out, and they think, oh, if I win this mind game, I win. When in reality, you know that the person who wins the mind game is the person who sees it and refuses to play. You know, it's like, that's how you defeat it altogether. It feels like somebody or something was trying to define the game board, you know? Okay, well, here's the structure and you have to play within that. And you were like, no, and just like flipped the script. And it was very mature, though. It's very mature. However it is that you come across. And I just feel like you refuse to compete. You're trying to build bridges, you know? If somebody tries to get you to compete for a promotion or something, it's like you would rather just be cooperative. And I want to say in that, you actually prove your valor and you prove that you are worthy of that and that your heart is in the right place and that, yeah, you're led by the right road, you know? So, but I just don't think it's seen like that, you know, because you're seen as probably like a challenge or, but you're seen as strong. And I feel like whatever this is, you emerged from this stronger, either in people's minds who maybe were doubting you or thinking that you were trying to lead them by the wrong road or play some kind of mind games with them because you could see in the dark. You emerge from this stronger. Like the fact that you care about people, the fact that you are very smart, the fact that you were trying to get out ahead of this, it eventually comes to light. And I feel like you already know this, like it always does. What is done in the dark always comes out to the light. And people always show their true colors. They always do. And Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to pull some message cards and we'll figure out who is thinking of you. But I am picking up on somebody who is thinking of you right now, because I feel like somebody here, like this is a love interest where I feel like almost everything happened the way that you said. And again, you emerged stronger from the situation because you just refused to play. You refused to get pitted into some kind of competition here. There could have been a secret like sexual affair. This could have been something here from your past. And now I feel like this person is just looking at you and they kind of are obsessing about you a bit. But it's funny because I think this person could have gotten taken in by a charlatan, somebody that is probably very physically attractive, somebody that they are very infatuated with, somebody that plays mind games and is very childish and steady keeps people who are interacting with them on a very childish kind of a level, right? And this person has somehow like gotten embroiled with that. And when you met them, they could have even been thinking about this ex, whoever this was, because they haven't let it go, because this person does play mind games. And the person that's thinking about you has low self-esteem and is very attracted to this person and attracted to the mind games. And they were very drawn in by something over here. But now I feel like this person's steady thinking about you because they could have been involved in this situation for a long time, or there's been enough time here for something to play out, potentially exactly like the way that you said that it would. For some of you, could have literally told this person either something here about like this person or this situation, or you had given this person some kind of advice not to get involved in childish mind games or something. And this person was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Because now this person's trapped in something of their own, like a hell of their own making. There's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of emotionality here. I am picturing someone like, you know, enjoying themselves to the thought of you, or to old pictures or something, or to like what you're seeing online, but like kind of shedding a tear. I don't mean to laugh at that. It's just confusing. And yeah, but they're watching you with great admiration. And this person's very grateful because I feel like you showed them the way out, and this person admires your strength, and you're kind of the perfect person for them. And they see a lot of healing in being with you. They see that you're unique and that you're very interesting and that you're very different in all the ways that I've potentially already mentioned, like the way that you communicate yourself and because you don't go for the low path. But and this person really maybe wants to send you some kind of a message, but they are sad and they feel stuck, and there's certain secrets that they don't want to come out about the fact that they were embroiled here in something here that was very childish, and that they really got caught in somebody's game. And I also don't think I don't think they can break free of this cycle. There's a weakness. They know that they're in something, like this person is funny because I feel like it's like they chased power, but then they just end up feeling impotent because of the path that they went down. And they're trying to keep certain things hidden in order to maintain a sense of power, but really they're just keeping themselves trapped. But they see you as having broken free from this entirely. So not only are you this, like the person that they see as the one that got away, I just heard, and they see you as their perfect kind of partner, and maybe there's a secret about this, but they see you as what they want to be for themselves. The strength that they actually want to be, because this person is kind of maybe obsessed with power, or they want to be seen as strong, and you are actually strong. This person has to keep things hidden from people so that they view them as being strong even though they're impotent. This person has been made impotent in a situation that they are in, but they see you as being the strength that they want to embody and be, and they see you as like lighting the way forward. And there's just a great amount of admiration, but there's resentment here too, that you got away, or that you won't be embroiled in this like here with them. And I want to say that whatever obsession here was like for this ex, or potentially somebody that they're already with, but you've left the situation. So like the obsession that they had for this other person in the past, I think is flipped, and now it's like directed towards you, because they realize that you are everything, and that you are healthy, and that you are healing, and that you're getting away from them, and that you are unique. And there's really no replicating your energy here too. This person knows they're not going to find another person like you. Even if they got out of this situation, they know there's no replicating your energy. Yeah. And you also there's secretive energy here that you potentially had, but that maybe you shared. And maybe, because I'm getting Shadabishak energy, so it's healer energy, but I feel like it's something that the cat's out of the bag here, and like by you sharing something, you ended a period of stagnation, and like you're stepping into your power, and like you're in this Phoenix energy. and that's respected and admired. But the energy of Shadabishak is like, first of all, it is healing energy. Like that is their Shakti power, is healing people. But a lot of times they have a secret that they feel like people won't understand, even though maybe they're not the cause of it, or and I feel like you potentially have shared that. And maybe it's like embarrassing. It could have to do with this situation where you were like, look, I really liked this person and they chose somebody else over me that they were completely and utterly obsessed with. Like this person just fell all over themselves, like, couldn't help themselves in regards of this energy. And it made me feel really bad, and it made me feel like really weird, or like a loser or something like that. I don't know. It could have to do with this situation here where you were just very honest, like, about what went on here, and this person didn't expect that, and it's freed you, and it's making this person question everything that they know about power too, because this person clearly has none. Okay, like the truth of this person who's thinking about you, they have no power. They might come off like they have power, but this person is like a slave to their impulses. It's reminding me of something that somebody said in the chat where they're like, if you follow like your impulse nature, that desirous nature unchecked, it makes a slave out of you. Where if you follow love, it makes you free. And I feel like you're a living example. This person's living that. They're living this like hellish reality here. And they admire you. They admire that you won't be in a relationship like with them, maybe specifically, or that you just do not tolerate this. This is very low vibrational. It's very childish. There's a lot of mind games, a lot of competition. And this person, likes that potentially, but they hate it at the same time. Like they like being put, like whoever they're with pits them in competition with other people who are, and there's a real strategy in doing this too, because it's like the exact opposite kind of a person. Yeah. So, okay, with that being said, let's get messages here, not just from this person that is wanting to come through. They're trying to commandeer the whole reading, to be honest, and I'm just trying to keep their energy like out of this. Because I really don't like their attitude towards you. There's like a lot of sexual attraction. There is an obsession. There is regret. There's also just a complete inability to do anything healthy or mature about it. So I think you already probably know that. And they might reminisce like about, like they have regrets, they're reminiscing, they're missing you. And they might try to avoid looking at your pictures, or for some of them, they're looking at your pictures, especially if you sent this person like nudes or something. I feel like they're looking at those. But like with regret and sadness and like missing you. Okay, so anyways, moving on from that energy, it's like really trying to pull on your energy, but I think you're like out of this, but it's still trying to pull on you. But I will just say, like, even though this person feels this way about you, it's like this person's immature, and I think you know that, and they're really embroiled in something here, and it's like the mind games. They're really drawn in by the mind games, so they could potentially go back to this person or this behavior or just this. It's low, it's very low, and you're not in that energy, and you don't like it, and you don't resonate on that level. Okay. So messages. What do people want to say here? I still love you and I can't stop thinking about you. I feel like that's this person. I told you, it's like they're trying to bust in here. Please forgive me. I know I messed up. That's also this person. But potentially this is like, again, if you left a work environment or like something here where there was gross power dynamics and all this, in a family system or an environment, and somebody didn't believe you or they gaslit you, they believe you now, and they, maybe want to communicate and ask you for your forgiveness. All I'm thinking about right now is how attracted to you I am. Okay, yeah, like, because you bossed up. This is a group that I feel like you come, like, transformed in some way. And I think there's a lot of attraction here. And there potentially it's people from your past that didn't really know what to do with you or, like, how to sort your energy. And now all of a sudden they're just like, badow, like, they're very attracted to you. Not just this person, but other people here as well. And to be honest, like if this person has another person and you know them, I think this person has an attraction for you. And I don't know how they synthesize that. Like, I think, yeah, they might well be attracted to you. They might want to compete with this person over you. Especially if this is some kind of like transactionary relationship and potentially, I don't know, take that as how it resonates, but, or at the very least, it's like they're attracted to you in a sense that they want to compete with you. But I think there might be a genuine attraction here, like from this person. It's not the first time I've gotten this, or like, again, respect or admiration. I love you today, tomorrow, and always. I was just a fool for not admitting it earlier. Okay. That's also this person. Okay. I'm drawn into this as well. This could be like single white female kind of a situation where she tries to she's obsessed with like this person. She tries to take on their identity. So it could be something like that. They're obsessed. They show their obsession with you in that way. I don't want to let you go. I miss being with you. There's a lot of that. I hide my true desires for you. And some of these people hide their true desires for you by trying to play mind games or power games. And you might actually, I feel like there's a lot of people who have attraction for you, but it's like they also respect and admire you and your power, and they just don't know how to do it, and they feel impotent themselves. And so they try to mess you around or something, and then you don't like them, but then you leave them, and then there's like respect or admiration here. And you're probably just left being confused and like lonely, and you just wish people could get their stuff together so that we could all just love each other. But yeah, like there's kind of a way where people are intimidated by you almost sometimes, and you might not realize it because it's to do with your intellect maybe. Okay. What else? I'm always here for you. I miss our conversations and the sound of your voice. You definitely look like a nice person to have like a coffee talk with, pile number 3. I like a good coffee talk, and I think you would have very fascinating, very interesting, very deep, boundary pushing things to say, and you would bend my mind in a good way, in a positive way, not in a childish, negative kind of a way. Okay, anything else? Spirit. Single, like people appreciate that you can break away from them. That's like really what I'm getting. Or that you've kind of potentially warned them. Like there's also something where like somebody could have been trying to mac on you on the side, and you alerted somebody, like their partner or their significant other, to the fact that, I don't know, it's like somebody could hit on you and you could be like, no way, I'm telling your girlfriend that I know, by the way. And so this person could appreciate that about you. People, yeah, you make the difference. Some of you are just good at being single, to be honest. Look, heartbreak and wedding. Oh my gosh, I really am getting a situation here where it's like, it could have had to do with social media as well. In a home situation. Oh my gosh, this reminded me of like the TikToks where people are like, does anybody know a George that lives in Springville? And he's cheating on a girl named Anna. Like, you know, it's just some of you, yeah, like somebody could have potentially been married or thinking about getting married, and then you came in with some like vital piece of information, and it like saved them from getting married to somebody who was like childish or playing mind games with them. And it could have had to do with like DMs on social media or something like that. There's definitely like a situation like that. Yo, so like, or a hookup, or because sometimes the way those things play out on TikTok, it's like people will zoom in and they'll be like, is that my mom's garage? Or is that like whatever? So you could just be that friend that like when you're looking at a picture, you're like, no, he's at so-and-so's house or something. Like, I don't know. There's something you're like that too. I feel like you're a good person to have around, pile 3. You're like a best friend. You're like a true friend. I feel like you show a lot of like best friend qualities to people that are just even like in your network. Like you just prove time and time again that you're looking out for people, and that you see in the dark, and that your strength is their strength. And I think you risk your skin for it in some way, some tangible way. Like potentially you could get bullied, or you could get fired for like some of the things that you have like tried to warn people about. Or like, like you could receive some kind of ire from somebody, some kind of big ire. And it's like you still managed to tell the truth. And maybe potentially some kind of big secret that, like maybe it would have even helped you to keep that hidden, you know, like you saving face. For some of you, there's something here where it's like, yeah, I was with your man, but like he didn't tell me that he had a girlfriend, you know, and it's like, it would probably be better for you that way, because you don't know if whoever you're telling is going to blame you or be mad at you, but you still came clean about it because it was the right thing to do. As soon as you found out, you were like, no, because this isn't who I am. I'm not going to be complicit in this situation. I was lied to, you were lied to. That's one thing. I'm not going to continue this situation or like sleep well at night, not making sure that I'm looking out for who I can look out for, type of thing. Yeah, I just really feel like you're a good person in a strong way, and you've proven that to people. I think some of you, I'm hearing you've shown more loyalty to like strangers than like their best friend or their mom or somebody, or their partner, you know, somebody who should have been there for them. You came up from like a broader network or the internet or something, and you showed more loyalty and care and concern for them than whoever it was that they were in a relationship with, and it is just deeply appreciated. I feel like you're a good one, pile number 3. You're a really, really good one. Okay, so that is what people appreciate about you. Thank you so much for watching. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.